What's going on, everyone? I'm the OPJellicent, and we are back here on Pokemon Showdown today. We're going to be building an OU team around Mega Charizard-Y, hopping on the ladder and doing a few test matches, and altering the team how we feel necessary as we go. But before we hop right into team building, if you are new, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, so you do not miss out on any competitive Pokemon content, and leave a like if you enjoy. But let's go ahead and hop in right here. So, we're running a pretty standard moveset with the Roost, Solar Beam, Flamethrower, and Fire Blast. Obviously, the Drought is really nice just to make sure your Solar Beam can be a one-turn move, and with the Sun Booster, Flamethrower, and Fire Blast are essentially choice specs. Roost is there to help out because since we have an odd HP stat, we actually can switch into Stealth Rocks twice, so in case you do switch into Stealth Rocks, you can Roost off that damage and keep Charizard-Y healthy. Alternatively, you can run Hidden Power Ice, Earthquake, Focus Blast, any of those are nice. Earthquake and Focus Blast specifically to hit Heatran, which kind of walls the set right now, but we can build around that. But obviously we do want hazard control on the board really fast, and a really cool option would be Defog Lando. It's not very common and can catch people by surprise, but I mean, Lando could also help break through Tran and Toxapex, but I think we'll save Lando for later. Healing Wish Latios would actually be a really cool option just to support our Charizard-Y. Healing Wish it back up in case it gets too low due to hazards or toxic or anything like that. Actually, I really like that idea. The only problem with this is we actually would not be able to run the recovery move because we would need Dual Stab, Healing Wish, and Defog. So I think as much as I hate to do it, I'm just going to go with the arguably better of the two, at least before they Mega Evolve in Latios. We're going to run Soul Dew just because we want to save the Z move for later. I don't really want to run Psyche Z on this. And yeah, we're going to go with Draco Meteor, Psyshock, Defog, and Roost. Now, yeah, we're going to go ahead and forego the Healing Wish support for today, but we already have Hazard Control on the team, which is really nice, and this is looking pretty great. We already have a Water Resist, which I guess Charizard-Y isn't really too weak to have water, just because of the Sun, and the fact that those water attacks will do half the damage, but this is looking pretty cool so far. Now, next up, I would love some hazards of my own. A Stealth Rocker would be really cool. Tran is definitely an option because its Magma Storms are boosted by the Sun, and it can switch into opposing Heatran and Toxapex if we run like a Magma Storm Tran, just to trap that thing and get rid of it. Hoopa and Bound is actually another really cool option, just as a nice wall breaker. It can break through pretty much all three of the biggest Charizard-Y switches, Toxapex, Heatran, and Chansey, with a physical set with like Hyperspace Fury, just because that would go through the Protect. But what I'm actually going to do is go with an Earthplate Landorus-T. Now, you can run Scarf, but I really like Earthplate just to make sure that we get that added damage and 2-hit KO Chansey, and in order to do that, we're going to run Knockoff to get rid of the Violate from that thing. It can also help us out against Toxapex, just because you can predict the switch in, knock off that or those leftovers / Black Sludge, and then just knock it out with Earthplate Boosted Earthquake. So we're going to do this, and then U-turn obviously, and Stealth Rocks. Now, there's really no speed barrier to hit unless you want to outspeed tie other offensive Landos with Jolly, so I'm actually just going to go right here with an Adamant Nature and speed tie other Adamant Landorus-Ts and put that last 4 in defense. So this is looking really great so far. We have the start of a Volt Turn Core, and we already have Defog and Stealth Rocks on the board, so this is going to help out my Charizard-Y a lot. But what else do I want on the team now? I would love to complete my Volt Turn Core. We're kind of weak to set up Hawlucha like Koko Lucha, so I would definitely want a counter to that. That was one of the biggest drawbacks to the team that we built on Wednesday with Superior, so I mean, Thunderous Eye could be really nice. It also does get Prankster Defog to help us out our Zard, but the only problem with that is it's weak to hazards too, and it's probably not the best Hawlucha check just because after Rocks we probably get knocked out by a +2 high jump kick. I mean, Tapu Koko is an option. It's pretty standard, and I would probably run Taunt on it just to prevent hazards from the opposing side. Let's go ahead and do that. Koko's pretty much like a no drawback option right here. We can run like a Magnet Pivot variant. I guess Zap Plate works too. And just go ahead and put Volt Switch Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, and now that I actually look at it, we're pretty weak to Serene teams, so instead of going for Taunt, I think I'm actually going to go for a nice Grass Knot right here, just to catch Swampert on the switch in, because we don't actually have any good anti-leads to Pelipper besides our Zard, and it can just U-turn out on that and bring in a threat that threatens me out. So Grass Knot can be a really cool anti-lead to Rain teams, which I think could be very useful. So we're going to go right here with Max Special Attack and Max Speed. Timid, same sort of thing as Lottie, and then 4 in defense. So that's looking pretty good. We have our Volt Turn Core complete right now, and so far really offensive team, but we have some bulk on here that can allow us to switch into stuff. mainly Hawlucha with the Tapu Koko. We have to make sure that we don't ever let it get weakened if that Hawlucha is still alive on the other side. Now, from here, we can really go any direction that we want. As I said before, Hoopa Unbound is a really cool option, but we already have two really nice wall breakers with our Charizard-Y plus our Soul Dew Latios right here, so instead of doing that, I think I'm going to go for some more support. I would love a really offensive late game cleaner too. To be honest, that would be really nice. I mean, Mimikyu's right there. Mimikyu has a base 90 attack though, so probably not what I want to go for. We already have a Mega, so we can't go with any Mega Pinsir or Scissor. This is tough. I would really love some sort of win con. I don't want to add to my Stealth Rock's weakness anymore too, which is very important. So that really limits our options. I mean, Koko Lucha is so easy. Kartana is another cool option, SD Kartana. You know what, I'm going to go with the Koko Lucha, just because it was really reliable in the live that we did yesterday, and I really want to go ahead and give it another shot. So we're going to go right here with the Electric Seed, and just go right with High Jump Kick, Roost, Acrobatics, and Swords Dance. Pretty standard moveset now. Smogon Standard recommends that you go Max Attack and Adamant, and then I believe it's 168 speed. But I'm actually going to go ahead and run 172. I might double check that speed, just to make sure that I'm getting that correct, but we'll go ahead and put the rest in HP. Actually, you know what? We're just going to go with max speed to make sure that we don't go down to any other Hawluchas. Well, it does seem kind of silly. I think it could be really useful, but we pretty much have to go Adamant because 92 attack is not really the greatest thing in the world. But now we have a nice late game win con, which is cool. Let me make sure that I give it Unburden. And we have one slot left, which is definitely going to be probably a very important one. We could go with another Wall Breaker. I really said that I didn't want to go with Hoopa. How's our physical special splitter looking right now? We have 2 physical attackers and 3 special ones, so Banded Hoopa is looking so tempting. I mean, SD Bisharp could be another nice late game cleaner, but it's really not breaking through the threats that I want it to, like Toxapex, so yeah, we're going to go with the Banded Hoopa, for now at least. As I said at the beginning, we will make any changes that we feel necessary, so Hyperspace Fury. We're going to go with the Drain Punch, just because Tyranitar can switch into our Charizard-Y pretty nice and get off some pursuit damage, so Drain Punch can be nice to catch that. Then obviously Zen Headbutt, and what do I want my last move to be? Fire Punch could be really nice, but I mean, that's really not going to accomplish anything for my Zard, because it would be there to hit Ferrothorn and Scissor, and Zard pretty much already breaks through all of that, so we already have our Dual Stab, and we have Drain Punch, so what do I feel is a nice last option? Knockoff could be really cool. This is tough. I think I'm going to go with... No, well, we already have Hyperspace Fury. I don't really see myself ever clicking Knockoff, to be honest. Hyperspace Fury, Drain Punch. Does it get anything else that's cool? Brick Break? Nah, not really worth it. We have Drain Punch right there. There's not really a ton else that I want to run, to be honest. We could go with Ice Punch to catch Landorus-T, because if it is Scarf, it could outspeed my Charizard-Y and knock that out. Am I sure that that's what I want to do? I could go with Trick to trick a Choice Band onto some other bulky mons, but really we're going to be breaking through those with Hoopa anyway. So at least for the time being, we're going to go with a nice Ice Punch right now. Give it max attack and max speed. We're going to go Jolly on this just because I do want to make sure that I can outspeed the threats that I need to. And finally, we'll put the last 4 in defense. So I think this is going to be the squad that we roll with right now. We have a pretty nice bulky... It's more offensively geared, but we do have some pivots with our Lando and our Koko. Hawlucha is a really nice late game cleaner, and Hoopa, Lati, and Zard can pretty much wall break during the mid game. So that's going to be the team. We'll go ahead and roll with that right now, and I'll be right back with our first match. Alright, we got our first match right here. Unfortunately, this guy has a Toxapex and a Tyranitar, so it's going to be kind of hard for Zard to do any work before those two go down, but if we can catch the Tyranitar with a Drain Punch on our Hoopa, we can actually just spam Hyperspace Fury from that point, even if it means taking like a Bullet Punch from Scissor, but Landorus is a really nice offensive threat. I think he's going to lead off with his Kyurem Black, so what I'm actually going to do is here is lead off with my Charizard, just to threaten that. He does lead off right with the Kyurem Black, and what I'll do is just go ahead, and I really want to double out predicting one of those two to come in, but I'm just going to Mega Evolve here and Fire Blast, because I feel as though he may try to scout for Zard X. That could very well be an option on this team too. He is going to go ahead and do that. We need to hit this, which we do, and just miss out on the KO. Is this a Gigavolt Havoc or ICM? So while that kind of sucks that we missed out on the KO right there, I'll take it just because it wasn't really going to do a ton of work with those two alive anyway. And what I can do now is just go ahead and bring out my... He doesn't actually have a Volt Switch in, so I can just go Tapu Koko now. Get up the terrain for my Hawlucha, which is clearly the win condition this time. And just go ahead and Volt Switch out to knock that out. So, Tapu Koko is going to tear through this guy, now that I look at it. I need to make sure that Volcarona never gets an opportunity to set up, though. So I think if I just go Lottie, he just traps me with Tyranitar. Landorus is probably my best option right here, so I'm going to go ahead and go out into that. He might be, well, he already showed his Z move, so it could be Assault Vest Tornadus T and not Flanium. We pretty much just traded two really offensive threats turn one, but his was arguably more valuable because I didn't actually have an Ice Resist on my team, so I'm really glad that we managed to get rid of Kyurem Black early, and let's see what he wants to respond to our Lando with right here. Probably Torn, if I had to guess. It depends on its coverage. If it has Hurricane and it's offensive, that probably 2-hit KOs me. He can also go Scissor, which depending on the set, it could take 2 Earthquakes. I'll have to go ahead and calc that, but he's really thinking about this. He can't go Volcarona, yeah, he has to go Scissor. And what I can do is just Earthquake on this, because if it is SD, we should be able to 2-hit KO. Yeah, there we go. And there's a Swords Dance, so he just has to take Bullet Punch damage, because there's no way I'm not Earthquaking right here. There's the Bullet Punch, does a very sizable chunk, but we do manage to get rid of Scissor right there, which was a pretty big threat, not gonna lie. It was kind of setup fodder for my Hawlucha though, so maybe it wasn't the biggest deal in the world, but I don't want to allow... He goes Volcarona. I don't really care if this thing... So the thing is, Electric Terrain still has 2 turns, which is not what I want. I'm gonna Earthquake because I can't let him Quiver Dance. He's gonna Fiery Dance, which is perfectly alright with me. Now, I really don't want to allow him to haze me with Toxapex once I go out into my Hawlucha, so what I'm actually going to do is go out here into my Tapu Koko, and just go ahead and just Volt Switch out now, because I can bring in my Hawlucha at the very least after this, and I don't know, it's going to be a 50-50 as to whether he attacks or goes for... So I got my Volt Switch off. Does he attack or does he go for the other move, the Quiver Dance? Do I think he has a Bug Buzz? He already showed his Z move, and maybe Hoopa can take the hit if he doesn't have Bug Buzz. We're gonna try this. There's a Quiver Dance, so I should have gone out into Hawlucha first, but I couldn't risk him attacking that Mon. So what I need to do here is just go right for a Hyperspace Fury. He does have Bug Buzz, and that's able to knock me out. So now I know my play right here is to go out into Tapu Koko, and just go right for just a nice Thunderbolt. He actually lived, wow. He gets a special attack boost. And that actually just misses out on the knockout. I'm going to Volt Switch out just because I think you knocked me out. Now I just go here into this Mon. And I think unfortunately we're going to be in the back in this one. I have to Acrobatics and hope he doesn't burn me first of all. Please don't. Thank you. And now what I have to do is go off the Hurricane miss. Maybe... this was tough. Toxapex doing work that early. He's really going for the Hurricane. Wow. Alright, I need to hope he misses. It's 70%. He hits it, and that just straight up knocks me out, and that's going to be the game. So unfortunate right there. I knew Volcarona would definitely be a big threat, but I played way too safely with this offensive of a team. I'll go for Psyshock, and do 60%, which is cool. He goes for Hurricane. Confuses me, which is funny. I guess I could try to Roost up until Hurricane, but I'm just going to Psyshock. And it appears the game ended, so he hit all of his Hurricanes and confused me. It is what it is, though. I'll drop a GG in chat. Not quite the game one that we wanted, but I'll be right back with another match. Alright, we got another match right here. Decided to not make any changes to the team right away, just because I feel like I know what I did wrong in that previous match. I played way too safely with my threats, and it just ended up costing me against that Volcarona right there. I should have gone Hawlucha first, but it's alright. We can, this guy has no Fire Blast switch-ins, which is cool. I have to keep Tapu Koko healthy just because he's definitely going to try to sweep me with Pinsir. Gren's definitely a potential lead for him. I think I'm going to lead. Dang, Gren actually does super well against me. That's really tough. I'm going to lead Hoopa. He actually leads off with Landorus. Do I think he's offensive? Okay, I go my own Lando right here every time, I think. No point in... He's going to U-turn if he's offensive, and... He actually just goes right for Swords Dance. I could have stayed in and Ice Punched and probably knocked him out. So, we're Adamant. Do I think he's Jolly? How much do I value Landorus? Because even if I get up a Rocks, he has, I guess, 2 forms of Hazard Control. I'll get up Rocks, and he's going to do the same. They definitely affect me more, but he also does have the Pinsir, so he doesn't appreciate them either. And I'll just knock off right here. He explodes, and we trade Mons, which is I guess alright. And I can just go... He's gonna go Pinsir, I know it. I mean, Lottie is fine. It's kind of a 50-50. I want to go Lottie if he goes Pinsir, but I want to go Koko if he goes Gran. But at the same time, I don't really want to go Koko. He's going to go Lottie, which is fine because what I can do is just Psyshock this down. He's probably going to try to Rapid Spin on me. And I guess I'm just going to try to Defog too if he wants to get rid of the hazards. He probably U-turned. Just goes right for Synthesis, which is totally fine. And I'll just start spamming Psyshock against this. Actually, it risks Gran. That's pretty insane. Do I just predict this and go... I don't really have a switch in here. How am I winning? I'm winning with Hawlucha at the end, so I have to Draco and hope he like over predicts me. Why would you risk your win condition? He goes, yeah, he tried to predict me right there. And of course we missed too, but I think I think he's locked in, so I'm gonna Psyshock. Expecting Magearna to come out. So, that really sucks. I mean, had we hit our attack, then that would have been great. Because Hydro would have done like 25 at most from Specs Gran. He goes Mamo, yeah, okay, that's fine. We got off over half, and I know we take an Ice Shard, and I don't want him getting up rocks right here, so he's actually Scarf Mamo. That's actually good information, to be honest, because I can just go Zard now, which I know takes the hit. And while it would suck to... Well, we're going to Solar Beam. While it would suck to take the damage because it would put ourselves in range of Dark Pulse, actually just goes Serena, wow. No fear on that play. We got off some damage, and I don't want to risk missing, so I think I'm just going to Flamethrower. Would you really risk Gran right here? Probably not. He probably don't even knock me out with Dark Pulse. So we get rid of Serena. Zard doing some work early, which is cool. Goes back to Mamo. It's definitely clicking Stone Edge then, right? Scarf Stone Edge is definitely what he's clicking. So do I just sack off Hoopa? Yeah, I sack off Hoopa right here. It doesn't do anything. Icicle Crash. That wouldn't have knocked me out. But I guess since I know he's Scarf, what do I do? This is Drain Punch. He's going to Icicle Crash again. Actually switches out into Magearna, so is he trying to use this as setup fodder? We do a ton. And I can just go ahead and Drain Punch that thing down again. We just miss out on the knockout. He'll probably knock me out with Flare Cannon. Goes right for Shift Gear, actually. And that's not knocking me out by any means. Hoopa has like base 130 Spit F. That thing goes down. This would be over right now if we just hit that Draco. But I guess I just Dark Pulse. It's pretty much already over too because like Hawlucha wins the game. He has so much threatening priority though, it might not be the case. He goes for Hydro Pump actually, which is fine because Zard can come out. And I probably live this just because... What do I click though? Just because the sun is up? I think I just Flamethrower, right? So I want the sun up because Hawlucha can take shurikens, but what I think I'm going to do is a Flamethrower right here. This is Baterium. So it's not even Specs, and that's actually able to crit and knock me out. I'm not sure if it mattered, but I only have one play right here, and it's to go Tapu Koko and click Grass Knot. And I need to go for game with my Pinsir, with my Hawlucha, like now. We still have 4 turns of sun left, so it might not be over yet. But I need to preserve those sun turns, which is why I'm making this Mamoswine prediction right here. Because we can knock that thing out, and pretty much he's forced back out into Gren, and he has to try to flinch me down. So I go here for this extra sensitivity weird set. Not even going to ask. If that flinched me right there, that would have been something. This can't knock me out with quick attack, so I just T-Volt. And it knocked him out even without Mega Evolving. So nice win right there. Definitely a weird team on my opponent's end, but hey, I'll take it. And I'll be right back with another match. Alright, we got another match right here, and this guy's only Fire Blast switch-in is the Toxapex. So if I can get rid of, well, Fire Blast plus Solar Beam is what I meant, but if we can get rid of that by doubling to Hoopa, maybe, this can be a really easy match, but Tapu Koko is definitely a win condition. Hawlucha's not really winning with, like, all the bulk he has with Zapdos plus Slowbro. I'm going to lead Lando, I think, just because it can knock off Zapdos, in the case that's what he wants to lead. Leads off with the Gliscor. I'm really hoping he doesn't protect, and I get rid of the Toxic Orb turn 1. So Toxic Orb is gone. He goes right for a Toxic, and he won't be able to get his Poison now, so that's really nice. I can just U-turn out here into my... I don't really want anything else getting Toxic. But I didn't have HP Ice on that, so I think I'll just go... Definitely not letting Tapu Koko get Toxic. I'm going to go Zard. Goes right for Roost, which is, what we expected. And I'll just Mega Evolve and Fire Blast. I know he's going Toxapex, but in case he wanted to choke and stay in, I felt as though that was fine. And that actually does, not a terrible amount. And we get a burn, too. That's nice. And I'll just go back to Lando because I don't want anything else getting toxic. Which he's just going to recover. And can U-turn out on Zapdos? Like, I pretty much know he's going out into that, but I'll knock off first. He was just willing to sack his only fire resist. Just a T-Spike, wow. So, but now he's not going Zapdos because he actually goes Gliscor. So if he's going to do that, I'll just get up my own hazards too. Just to force him. Yeah, I'm not letting you do that, man. And now I'll U-turn. He's just going to spam Toxic though, right? I'll U-turn. And I'll go back to Zard just because it's the mon that doesn't get T-spiked, which is nice. Goes right for Defog, which makes sense. And this time I'm doubling on that mon, yeah. And I'm going to Zen Headbutt just because... No, I'm going to Hyperspace. He's going to... Yeah, okay, so we caught him. So I was about to Zen Headbutt, but if he stayed in and T-spike, that would have been more annoying than what just happened. I can just go Latios on this and stall it. If it's... Watch it be like Sun. Goes right for knockoff. That does... It knocks off my Soul Dew. But now since we don't have an item, I can just Roost up. And honestly, just start to wear this thing down. Like, what's it really doing? Goes right for rocks of his own. I'll just defog those away. Goes right for Iron Head. I can just Roost. Goes right for Iron Head again. Just Roost up again. He's gonna go for rocks. I'll defog here. Goes for Iron Head. I'll let him take the damage, I guess. And I'll just go... Dang, his Toxic was gone. This would have been over. I guess that was kind of an over prediction on my part. Okay, Landorus, come out. And he should be bulky. So I'll get up my own rocks. Because I know he's going Gliscor. And this is where Healing Wish support would be super nice. But I have to eventually defog on this. Tapu Koko wins the game, so I don't know why I'm as worried as I am right now. Because Venusaur took damage, right? And it actually hasn't yet. Hoopa can win too. He doesn't have a Dark Resist. So I guess I'll go Lottie here. He's going to Toxic, I know it. Goes right for Defog of his own. Okay, do I just Roost up? What's my play right here? I'm going to Roost. Because he goes back to Jirachi. And you know what? I'm going to get in Zard now. And then I'll double to Hoopa. And get myself another kill with Zen Headbutt. Because no way I was... He actually just sacks off Venusaur. Which I don't even care if you switch out into Jirachi. This will take a good amount. Like 15%. Okay, never mind. But Venusaur is low now. I guess this is where I sack off Lando. Do I think I outspeed? We see leftovers, so he should be a bulky set. If he outspeeds right here and goes for U-turn, then good play. But we 2-hit KO Toxapex, assuming it's just the Pex. We 2-hit KO Gliscor from this range. It can't protect on me. It doesn't even have Toxic Orb. And we'll definitely 2-hit KO the other ones. And I know we'll live a hit from Zapdos, so out comes Gliscor, which... I'm just going to Hyperspace Fury again and knock that out. Now he gets to bring out, I guess, Zapdos, which I'm not going to let do any work against me. I'm going to go Lottie right here. Just to deal with this mon. And I'll go ahead and just defog the rocks away. Goes out for Discharge and paralyzes me. That actually kind of is... It's kind of pretty annoying. And, I want to start getting in Tapu Koko soon. We're going to do this now. Just because Venusaur is super low, and if that thing gets Synthesis up, that would be really annoying. I'm going to Volt, though, because I know he's going to try to pass it into Venusaur. And we actually just knocked it out anyway, which is nice. And what this will allow me to do is just bring out Hoopa, I think, and just go for the game. Holuch is probably better, but I'm actually going to go Lottie first. Just because it can threaten these two, and Jirachi is forced out. So there's Jirachi. Now let's go back to Tapu Koko and do the same thing. Goes right for Iron Head. I just get to click Magnet T-Bolt. That did absolutely nothing. There's an Iron Head. I'll Volt out now, just because I think he wishes, so I can just go out into this. And if he tries to protect on me, then... Well, first of all, I don't think... Unless this is offensive Zapdos with a U-turn, it's not actually going to live this next Hyperspace Fury. And we see it has leftovers, so I don't think he is even faster than me. He is, as even if he paralyzes me, all I need to do is not get fully paralyzed, which we don't. Goes back to Jirachi, which I don't think can win the match. He's just going to go ahead and forfeit on that note, because even with the para, he couldn't break through my team. So I'll go ahead and drop a GG in chat, and I'll be right back with another match. Alright, we got another match right here, and this guy has 2 Sticky Webs mons, but He's kind of blown back by my Hawlucha, so that's definitely what I'm going to go for the game with, but I do want to try to catch the Shuckle lead. So he actually leads off with the Araquanid, which was the lead that I was not hoping to see. Do I see Zard doing work? Yeah, it definitely does work this match, so I think I'm actually going to switch out here into my Landorus. It can get the Intimidate off. Even if he goes for Liquidation, that's fine, because we'll take... Actually, we don't take that at all. Wow. And it's Life Orb, so he might not have webs, but I can just go out into this now, which kind of blows back his team too. So I can just Volt Switch out now. I think he goes Shuckle, but since we're a Magnet, this should be able to go down. It actually lived it, wow. Does he Leech Life or Liquidation? I'm going to go Latios, just in case he wants to click Sticky Webs. He does go right for the Sticky Webs, which is totally fine with me. I'll just go ahead and Psyshock to knock him out, and then I'll Defog on what it wants to come in next. Probably the Blacephalon. Actually goes Buzzwole. So he's actually Scarf, and that just knocks me out. Dang, that's really tough. I needed that Defog off. Alright, Zard, come out and get your kill. Since we know he's locked into that, I'm just going to go ahead and Flamethrower. Go Shuckle. This should go down to Flamethrower plus Fire Blast. I know it has like base 230 defenses, but actually just goes down to 2 Flamethrowers, which is nice. I can go ahead and click that again. And Shuckle is out of the way. So both Sticky Webs are out of the way, but unfortunately our one mon that had Defog is out of the way. Obviously Zard or Tapu Koko could have carried it too. It's not done yet. He goes out into the Metacham, so I guess he's going for this tie. I think this is where I have to go for a game with my Hawlucha, so I'll go ahead and get up the terrain right now, as he goes right for the Fake Out, and I'll just Volt Switch out on the off chance he wants to switch. He just goes right for High Jump Kick, which is able to knock me out. Now I can go Hawlucha, which is going to take a speed drop. Actually, it's not, because it's Flying type, right? I keep on forgetting, because it looks like it's on the ground, but it's actually not, so I could just go ahead and Acrobatics this thing out of here, knock that out. I guess he can go Blacephalon now, which probably will be able to knock me out, because it actually goes Cortana. This won't be able to knock me out, and I can just High Jump Kick it. It might live it, so that's actually a smart play, but what I can do is now... Do I just Roost, or do I just Acrobatics for damage? I should have SD'd. I feel like I've been in that scenario before, but that's able to knock him out anyway. Wow. Blacephalon is so frail. And now he just has to go off the High Jump Kick miss, and even then, I don't think he can knock out my Zard, so I just High Jump Kick right here. And it should be able to knock him out, assuming we hit. Yeah, that's able to knock him out. And then we can knock out the Buzzwole with the Acrobatics right now. And even if it doesn't knock him out, he has to click like Scarf or Rock move. It knocks him out, and that is going to be a GG right there. So glad we preserved our Hawlucha for the perfect time. Obviously, kind of a misplay going for High Jump Kick, but I really didn't expect Acrobatics to Oko, so I'll be right back with another match. Alright, we got another match right here. Hawlucha would just 6-0 this guy, but he has the Tapu Koko. Also, Sigilif is a thing too. Not sure what that thing is. Is that its eye? Does it have one eye? I think its head looks like an unknown, to be honest. Like an L, I guess. Like, I don't know if that is a capital L or lowercase L for unknown, but I'm gonna go for a game with my Hawlucha right here. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna lead off with my Tapu Koko. Can Grass Knot knock him out? Do I think he's Sash too? Let's go ahead and first calc Grass Knot. Tapu Koko, if it's just offensive pivot with Grass Knot against a Mamoswine. Let's just say he's... Nope, that's a Toxapex. Okay, Mamoswine. Grass Knot doesn't knock him out, so I gotta switch out into my Landorus, just to, you know, get off some nice damage. He goes for Earthquake if he Icicle Crust right there. Could have been a bad scenario, but we no longer have bad scenarios. So I'll just Earthquake here. Do a ton. Goes right for Rocks. And I'll just... do I really care? I kind of do. I want to get up my own. Yeah, I don't care if you 2-hit KO me, man. I'll get up my Rocks now. Knock me out. He actually doesn't even Ice Shard, so what did he click? Icicle Crash? So we get to preserve Intimidate now, which is really cool. We can Intimidate that Beedrill every time it wants to come back in. Beedrill could have just won, had it like, he played that smarter, but hopefully he goes Tapu Koko. Go Sigilif, it's Magic Guard. I'm gonna knock. He's probably faster, he's gonna click like Psychic or Psyshock to knock me out. He's not faster, okay, so let's see what he has. Flame Orb, so it's like that Psycho Shift set. And Knockoff can knock him out now because it would have done a third of the damage, 2/3 of the damage, which is 60%. I'm not sure if it was a roll or not, but what I can do is knock this thing off too. It could be Z-move. I'm gonna Earthquake for some damage. It obviously resists it, yeah, but now I can just, that's actually kind of an issue. I'm gonna Earthquake, hopefully we get a roll. We don't. Goes right for Lunge, which lowers my attack. Alright, we're going to U-turn out to break the sub. And bring in Koko. As he just goes right for another sub. And Volt Switch can break that sub. And then we can bring in our Hawlucha. And SD up and win the game. He actually goes for Ice Punch, not what I wanted. Alright, we shall not win the game with Hawlucha now. I'm going to take the high jump kick on Tapu Koko. I guess I'll Acrobatics because I don't want him going Blacephalon. And that's going to bring him down just a bit. He goes for the Dazzling Gleam. This Dazzling Gleam right there, kind of a threat. I'm not sure if he's locked in or not. Lando dies on entry. This is kind of a problem. How do I kill Beedrill now? Basically, how do I not lose to Beedrill now? I think I need to Defog and then get my Lando in. Get the Intimidate off, do something like that. So we're going to go ahead and go out into this. I think I lose to Beedrill. So what I need to do is Volt Switch. He's not locked in. Well, no, he's locked in. So now I'm just going to go Zard. If we were Dragon Dance, that would have been super clean here. I got to Roost and hope he's locked in. He is locked in, so we can Roost up out of range of the... Out of range of Beedrill. Okay, now we Flamethrower. And that might be out of Beedrill range. Not quite sure. He could also just go Blacephalon and Scarf Shadow Ball sweep me now. Maybe I pulled off the thing a little too early, but I'll just Flamethrower. I don't want him to, like... No, Flamethrower should knock out Blacephalon. All I need to do is live this. Which we're not going to because Mega Beedrill is a beast with adaptability. And that should be it. I'm going to go Lottie here and try to bluff Scarf. And get this Defog off now. But he should just go for knockoff and knock me out. Yeah, that is going to be the game, I think. Because Hoopa shouldn't live this. Go for Hyperspace Fury in case we do. And then maybe he just goes for U-turn, actually. So, do I have a chance at this match? Probably not. If I had Defog on Koko. Still probably not, to be honest. But I go Koko now. And I'll just T-Bolt. And then I will... So we knocked that out. So it wasn't Scarf Blacephalon, and then we lose to Beedrill coming back in. So unfortunate. If we were Scarf Koko, that would be a thing. I'll go Lando and just sack it off, because why not? I don't want the 4 bars to appear as I send a Pokemon in. And now I will go for T-Bolt, and he's going to take the game. So unfortunate right there. Definitely should have preserved my Hawlucha, but I felt as though Buzzwole was the Pokemon that I was going to set up on. I don't really set up on anything else on his team, because this thing, Beedrill still does like 50% even with the defense boost. Obviously not sitting up on Mamoswine. Sigilif could Psycho Shift a burn towards me, or just click Psychic. And obviously Blacephalon and Koko blew me back. So yeah, unfortunate match right there, but I'll be right back with another one. Alright, we got another match right here, and this guy's running like mono walled by Landorus-T offense, which is kind of funny. I think he leads off with either Lopunny or Drill. So in order to catch those leads, I can try to lead off here with my Landorus right away. But I don't want to getting faked out and then Ice Punch because it's such an important mon. So what I'm actually going to do is lead off right here with my... I don't really see a better option though. We're going to try Lando. He leads off right with Tyranitar. We can just go right here for a U-turn. I'm going to Earthquake though, just because if he stays in, then Zardwai is actually about to go in, and he does stay in. So now he doesn't have a Fire Blast switch in. So Earthplate Landorus is coming through right away. Goes right out into his own Landorus, and I'll just get up rocks right here. I think he does the same, just because that's the only way he actually pressures me. And now I'll U-turn out faster, which is good. The very few times that going for first with Landorus-T on U-turn is faster. And because I don't want it to get HP iced, which he is going to click. You take that on pretty easily, and now I can just Defog. Because Lottie doesn't... I mean, it does work, but it's not really breaking Tangrowth. Goes right out into Mimikyu. Alright, I'll Psyshock now. I could just go Lando too, but I want to break this Disguise before I do that, because if he's like a Z-move and goes for +1 Z-move, he could actually knock me out just because we're offensive Lando. This goes right for player off, which is totally cool with me, because I get to go out into my Zard now and claim one. Just Mega Evolve here and Flamethrower. How healthy is Lando? I took a U-turn and rocks, I think. It didn't take the rocks. I want to Fire Blast just because I don't want him going out into that. And I also don't want AV Tangrowth. Well, actually, I could just 2-hit KO AV Tangrowth. Okay, so Flamethrower is definitely my best play right here. Yeah, we're going to do that. Because if I miss and he goes out into like a Lopunny or Drill, I want to break the Sash / knock that out. And I don't think Lopunny is living a Flamethrower anyway. Let me just double check that. He's going to stay in, so I guess we're finding out now. This should knock him out, right? Yeah, I think it's blown away. So I'm not sure why he sacked his T-Tar turn 1, but hey, I'll take it. Goes Lopunny. You know what else just wins now? Hawlucha. So I'll go Lando to get Intimidate. Goes right for return, no fear. I don't even think that had a chance to knock me out, but now he's going to have to click Ice Punch. So I'll go for Earthquake. There's a nice punch. Sucks to lose that Mon, but I just go out into this now. I Volt Switch out. Bring in my... Tries to fake out. Does he not know that you can only use it on turn 1? He probably... That had to be a misclick. He has probably a ton of normal type moves, and he clicked the wrong move kind of thing. So I'll just Swords Dance now. I guess my best play is actually just Acrobatics. So we're going to do that because while he can go Landorus-T, what I can do is, unless this is a Z move, I can Swords Dance up and reduce all his HP Ices. I'm pretty sure we saw an item. Yeah, we saw leftovers just now, so I can SD up. He goes for rocks. What are you doing, man? It has to be Sassy Drill for him to pull through. And even then, I don't think Iron Head's knocking me out, so I just go for SD again. And I can just Roost off this damage, and then he has to click HP Ice again. And then I can SD up again. So there's another hidden power. He's at full, so I don't even think my +3 acrobatics isn't going to knock him out. So I will Swords Dance again, and then I will Roost this damage off. And that should be GG because of my defense boost. Even Sassy Drill plus Fake Out Lopunny shouldn't be able to handle me. Alright, we didn't get all the way back up to full, so I shall Roost again. I don't know why he's not Earthquaking, predicting my Roost, but now I'll Acrobatics to knock him out. And I guess an important calc would be Drill. How much are we doing to Drill with +5 Hawlucha? Probably should have just went to +6. Alright, Excadrill. Scarf, let's just say it's that. I think we need to hide Jump Kick. Yeah, we definitely need to hide Jump Kick it. Goes Lopunny. This thing can't knock me out with Fake Out, yeah. And I can just Acrobatics right here. Because Acrobatics will knock this thing out. It will 2-hit KO Excadrill if that thing wants to come in. And we should be fine. So he actually does go Excadrill. Yeah, no way I was risking high Jump Kick. It actually did knock him out. Oh, did I not remove the Electric Seed? I did not remove the Electric Seed. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. Alright. So now he goes back to Lopunny. I can just Acrobatics. And I guess I'll Roost because, he's not knocking me out with the next Fake Out anyway. If he did, though, then he could win. If he, crits right here through my defense boost and knocks me out. I should have Roosted. Alright, I Acrobatics right here. And then, yeah, he doesn't get the crit. And he has to, have Quick Attack and crit me, I guess, which I think we might have seen all 4 of his moves. But we knock that thing out, and that is going to be game. So I'll drop a GG, and I'll be right back with another match. Alright, we got another match right here, up against a pretty hyper-offensive team. I guess it's really just offense, because he doesn't have any setup mons, but I'm assuming Staraptor is a lead with, Final Gambit, so I'm actually going to lead off here with my Landorus. He leads off with his Excadrill, which is totally cool with me. What I can do is, I wish I was Rocky Helmet, but I'll go right here for the Earthquake, and he's actually just not even Sash, so maybe he expected me to be a defensive set, but we knocked that thing out turn 1, and now we're super far ahead. Goes Greninja, which, since we don't have our Charizard-Mega evolved yet, this is kind of a problem, so I'm going to make the Latios play on, it's actually Protean. That's honestly better for me, despite the fact that we just took, a ton of damage. So I think I can just Draco Meteor right here. So we find out it's Scarf Victini, which is good. And, well, Lottie could have done work. It's kind of knocked out by Koko if it's Dazzling Gleam, and it doesn't really deal with Mimikyu at all, so I think I'm going to go for a game with Hawlucha as usual. It's really the main win condition on this team, but Charizard-Y can definitely just click Fire Blast all at once too. So this probably has a Gunk Shot. I'm going to make the Tapu Koko play, and then I'm going to switch out into Zard, expecting the Gunk Shot. And then he's going to be able to outspeed me again. This is annoying, Mon. Is he locked in? I think he's locked in. So we get our Tapu Koko in safely. Our Landorus in safely on Tapu Koko. The only way he can knock me out is if he specs HB Ice. So I'm going to U-turn, expecting him to not stay in. If he goes Staraptor, though, it's not even a big deal, because I have Sax and I can play around that. So I'll go for Earthquake. I guess Earthquake's fine. Because I think Landorus can take 1 hit from Staraptor, unless he's Final Gambit. So he is actually specs HB Ice. So now I gotta play around this too. I think I'll make the Hoopa play. And just go right here for... If he's not locked into that and he has a U-turn, we might live it because of the defense drop. I highly doubt it, but maybe. I'll Hyperspace Fury right here. Just because it'll put the Greninja in range of my Hawlucha no matter what. Probably was in range no matter what. This is going down. Yeah, the thing gets out of there. And now he has to go out into Victini and U-turn, Mimikyu and Shadow Claw, Koko and U-turn, or Gren and U-turn. He's going to go Victini now, which I don't want to get swept by Gren, so I think I just sack off my Zard at this point to U-turn, which is fine. He's going to get to go out into probably Mimikyu. No, Mimikyu won't outspeed me, so I think he has to go, and it won't knock me out with Shadow Sneak. It has like base 90 attacks, so I think he has to go Tapu Koko right here. Mimikyu's attack stat is so low. It's the main reason I didn't put it on this team too. But I'll let him knock me out right here and just go right for a nice Fire Blast. Maybe he'll overpredict and Dazzling Gleam. He does overpredict. We need to hit this, which we do. And we cook that thing, which is nice. Goes back to Victini now. I'll just try to... I'll just Fire Blast on the off chance he doesn't want to knock me out. But he did try to overpredict and go for Dazzling Gleam. We expected Hoopa to come back in, but I definitely wasn't switching this thing out. Decides to go for V-Create. So since I know he's Scarf, I can go Tapu Koko on this, because we will outspeed. I can just go right for a T-Bolt. With the Spit F drop and Magnet, it should easily be able to knock this thing out. And he gives me the Mon, which is cool. The only thing I'm seeing is that I have to hope it's the grind is actually locked into whatever it goes for. He does go Greninja. Is my Hoopa at full? It is. So I'll just Volt right here. He has to go for Gunk Shot and hit it. He does go for Gunk Shot and hit it, so that's fine. Do I just hope he's locked in, or do I go Hawlucha? I think I have to. So we're going to go out into this, get our defense boost, and does Acrobatics hard knock him out? I doubt it. I mean, Hawlucha's not very strong, even with max attack Adamant Greninja. Say it's that. Okay, we need to get rid of our Electric Seed. I keep on forgetting to do that. So since he's Poison type, I have to Swords Dance. Goes right for Gunk Shot and misses. I just Acrobatics now, and we should be good to go. Unless Player Off actually knocks me out, or puts me in Shadow Sneak range. He needed to hit that, but like, it's Gunk Shot. I think it's 80%, but I'll Acrobatics right here. And all we need to do is live a Player Off plus a Shadow Sneak. We have a defense boost, so maybe Let Snuggle Forever. It is indeed the Let Snuggle Forever that's able to knock me out. I don't think we live a Player Off. Hoopa has like a base 3 defense at Hyperspace Fury, but he's going to be able to Player Off and knock me out. Maybe he'll miss it. He's not Wide Lens because we saw the Z move right there. He's calling Shadow Claw, I think. I mean, the only way Shadow Claw would knock me out is with that crit. He's actually going to disconnect, so I will be right back in case he does, or else I'll be right back with another match. Alright, so the last guy ended up disconnecting, which was very weird because all he had to do was connect a Player Off, and it probably knocked out my Hoopa, but we'll focus on this match now. We'll probably end it off on this one, and this guy's pretty beaten down by Hawlucha, to be honest. I mean, his only pressure for me is Medicham to Fake Out and Extreme Speed Zygarde, but I'm going to try to get up early rocks. He leads right off with Medicham, so not the lead that I wanted. We got an Intimidate off, which is cool, but he gets the freest of Ice Punches. I'm going to go Zard. Hopefully he fakes out first. He does go right for Fake Out. Do I play with the Speed Tie? I think I have to. I think he just goes Tentacruel, to be honest. I'll Fire Blast, though. He does go Tentacruel, and this will still do like 20% maybe. Because 29. Tentacruel has a really great Spit F. It's like the best special fire switching. Do I just stay in and start Solar Beaming? I don't want him T-Specking up, though. I'm going to go with Lottie on a T-Spec, probably. This goes right for Whirlpool, so it's a Trapper set. He doesn't have Psyshock switchings, though, so that's my play. This will probably take a lot, because the only thing that could be is Assault Vest, and that would run max HP. It does take quite a bit. Do I just stay in? He could have Mega Horn. That's definitely not my play. Okay, let's see if he has Mega Horn. He has Horn Leech. It does quite a bit, but he's in range of my next attack now. I think. Decides to go out into Zygarde, which is fine. Took absolutely nothing. Alright, Draco. I really want a Roost, predicting him to switch out and just keep this thing healthy, but a knockout here on Zygarde would be great for my Hawlucha because we wouldn't have to get pressured by Extreme Speed, even though we would have a defense boost. I don't want to deal with that. I wish he gave me Tapu Bulu, though, because now he has the terrain on his side. So Zygarde goes down, which is really cool. And now let's see what he wants to bring out next. He goes out into his Landorus, probably Scarf. I'll just go out into my own. just because we're offensive and we can do work. He goes right for rocks. I'll just do the same because I don't want... If he's having a Zard take 50%, I want his Volcarona taking that much too. And I'll just knock him off. Get rid of whatever item. Rocky Helmet, okay. That should be in Tapu Koko range. Honestly, I think I'd just go Zard though and click Fire Blast because Tentacruel is going to be at a pretty low amount of health. Nah, I should probably try to Defog first, so I'll go Tapu Koko. And HP Ice. We already saw that he was Rocky Helmet, so there's no Yachi Berry happening. And Volcarona can't set up because it'll go down to the combination of attacks. So he goes out into his Tentacruel now. And I'll just T-Bolt this thing out of here. So that thing's gone, which means he doesn't actually have any Zard switch-ins anymore too, which is really nice. Goes Tapu Bulu. This might be in range of HP Ice from that range. Do I risk? Nah, he lived. So that's clearly Assault Vest, and he just gets all his health back. Alright, so now I Volt Switch because I need to preserve my terrain. So now we're going to go Lottie. Misplays on my part right there. Like, big time. And I'll just Roost up, I think. Because I think you sack Lando right here, if anything. Actually goes Volcarona, which can't knock me out. So I hopefully win the Speed Tie, so we don't have to take any, like, Fire Blast and the Sun damage, or Fiery Dance. He does win the Speed Tie, but he misses. And we hit our Fire Blast, which is cool, and knock him out. He has to go Metacham, yeah. And pretty much all I need to do is get rid of this, and we win. So I'll go here into my... Actually, if I just go Tapu Koko and then go Hawlucha, we win anyway. So I'll actually opt to do that. Get in this thing. Click Acrobatics right here. And even if this, what's this thing called, Landorus comes out, it can't, it'll live, and then we can just start to SD up and Roost. Because we already saw its item, a Rocky Helmet. And we knocked it off, so we won't even take a Rocky Helmet damage. He does go Lando, and I guess I'll just start skipping turns, because this should be over soon. I SD right here. We already know he's not Z-move, which is the only thing that could actually threaten me. And then we just start roosting up on HP Ices. And now we just Roost up, and then Acrobatics again, and then we just Acrobatics until we win. Actually goes Tapu Bulu, so we wanted that Intimidate, but yeah, this is over. Hawlucha's about to come through at the end. I love Koko Hawlucha. He's going to go ahead and forfeit right there, and we're going to end off the team building episode right there. So really happy with how this team turned out. We didn't have to make any edits with it, and I believe we ended up going like 6-3 or 5-3, something like that, but pretty sure we only took 3 losses. But yeah, that's going to be the team. It'll be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out. Once again, if you are new, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.